supposedly ugly sweaters. Some kind of a contest. I think they're going to give somebody who has the ugly sweater a prize. Afu will jump against Radenkova, and the tap will be controlled by McClure and the Golden Eagles, and Kayla will get it across midcourt. Looks like a 1-3-1 zone for Western Wyoming to start the ball game. Right side to Hughes. They swing it over to Nielsen on the left side. Down low to Stibbe. She got free and back, lays it in. Taylor with the first points of the ball game, and the bench goes wild. Elbogen with it, cross court to Reed, who fumbles it. It's loose. Elbogen picks it up in the lane to Faccini, and she'll score the right side lane. Francesca Faccini gets the Mustangs on the board. We're tied at 2. 9:15 remaining here in the first quarter. Nielsen down into the corner. McClure loads up the 3-ball. It's off the iron, no. And the rebound to Lindstrom for Western. She'll get it across midcourt. On the baseline, trying to go reverse lay-in, does, and gets the bucket. Nina Lindstrom. And it's 4-2, Western Wyoming with the lead. Afu into the corner to Hughes. Drives the baseline, kicks it over to Nielsen, loads up the 3, doesn't get the roll, but Hughes has the rebound, can't get it to drop. Afu had it, and she's going to be fouled going up. I think that's going to go on Elbogen. That will be the first personal on her, and the first team foul of the ball game. So we played a minute 19 with the Golden Eagles trailing 4-2 to Western Wyoming. Afu to shoot a couple. And the first one rims out, no good. So the struggles from the outside shooting continue for CSI here. I know it's early going. Afu gets 1 of 2, and it's 4-3 Western with the early lead. Elbogen gets it across midcourt, over to Reed, back to Elbogen. Drops it off to Lindstrom, trying to get to the baseline, does. Pull up 15-footer, rattles in. Lindstrom with a couple of hoops, and it's 6-3 Western Wyoming. They're shooting lights out right now. Nielsen lobs it down low to Afu, turns and banks it in. First field goal of the night for T, and it's 6-5 Western. Elbogen ahead to Radenkova, to the baseline, kicks it out into the corner, 3-ball for Kinsey Reed, and she buries it. And Western hasn't missed a shot. It's 9-5, and the Golden Eagles turn it over on the other end. So they're shooting lights out here on the CSI court, the same thing that the Golden Eagles did in Rock Springs. Radenkova beats the pressure. Into the corner, Reed underneath to Radenkova. Quick turnaround. There's the first miss of the night. Nielsen with a rebound. Off to McClure. Stops on the wing, into the corner to Hughes. Goes baseline. Gets triple teamed. Got it over to Stibbe. In the lane. Missed it. Afu with a rebound. Kicks it out to Nielsen. Over to McClure. 3-ball. A little too strong. And the rebound is Afu. Feeds Megan Hughes for the right side lay-in. And the Golden Eagles regain the lead. No, they don't. It's still 9-7 Western. Radenkova now will bring it across midcourt. Spins at the free throw line to the baseline, off the glass, got it, count it, and a foul on Stibbe.
Personal foul is on number 54, Taylor Stibbe, first team foul. Checking in for the Golden Eagles, number 12, Katie Hughes.
So Radenkova gets the bucket, chance for the and one. And the first substitution has Katie Hughes in. And Stibbe is the one that sits. Radenkova gets the free throw. And it's 12-7 Western Wyoming. McClure into the far corner to Hughes. Lobs it on the block to sister Katie out front, McClure. Into the lane, throws up the runner and scores. Kayla McClure. Her first points, and it's 12-9 with 6:40 left in the first quarter. Elbogen across midcourt. Cross court over to Lindstrom. Loads up a long three and buries it. And they're just on fire right now. 15-9 with 6:30 left in the first quarter. Nielsen on the near side to McClure. Down into the corner to Hughes. Sister Katie on the block is going to be fouled. I think that's going to go against Elbogen. No.
Western Wyoming personal foul on number 23, Francesca Francini.
That's on Faccini.
First personal, second team foul.
Her first second team foul as Gabby Bruno checks into the Golden Eagle lineup. 5'9" freshman from Lake Oswego, Oregon. McClure to inbound on the baseline. Lobs it up. Nice catch there by Afu. Back to McClure. And then she throws it away. Katie Hughes tried to save it. Does. Megan Hughes. Off to McClure. Back to Hughes. McClure. Bounces it inside to Afu. Hands it off to Hughes, and she'll lay it in on the left side. Megan with her second field goal when it's 15-11. Western with 5:45 remaining in the quarter. Elbogen went right past Afu. Knocked away by Katie Hughes, or by McClure. So it'll stay Western ball as Kamari Donald checks in for Kayla McClure. Lindstrom trying to get it inside to Rodenkova, too strong, and Donald pushes it up the floor for the Golden Eagles. Drives the lane in an offensive foul as she's going to knock down Lindstrom. She did the right thing by pushing it up the floor, but you got to get in control when you get into that lane. Eagles with some full court pressure. Inbound to Rodenkova, who works against Katie Hughes. Picks up the dribble. Now finds Faccini to the baseline. And the pull-up 10-footer is good. Her second field goal, 17-11 Western. They only scored 29 points last night. Bruno takes the three from the right side. Front rimmed it, no. Katie Hughes with a rebound. Out to Donald. Kamari, free throw line. Almost lost it, got it back. 10-footer is good. Her first points, and it's 17-13. The Golden Eagles need to get some stops, though. Elbogen into Rodenkova. She'll kick it out. Three ball by Franchini, no, but the Eagles don't get the rebound. Franchini does. Into the corner, three ball, no good by Lindstrom. Eagles rebound and try and run, and that's going to be a blocking foul on Lindstrom at midcourt. Really not a smart play at all. Her first personal, third team foul. And here's the media timeout with 4:29 remaining in the first quarter. It's 17-13, Western Wyoming with the lead. All right, we're out of the media timeout. Early leaders, Nenna Lindstrom with 7 points to lead Western Wyoming. Megan Hughes has 4 to lead CSI. Golden Eagle ball down by 4, 17-13. Bruno They work it around the perimeter. Katie Hughes going to skip it over to Bruno. Feeds Megan Hughes in the lane. Kicks it out to Donald. Over to Katie Hughes. 3-ball. Boom! She was the only one to hit a three last week against New Mexico. And she knocks the first one down here for the Golden Eagles at 17-16. They're down by 1. Lindstrom fires a long 3. Front rimmed it. No. Rebound to Hughes. Megan pushing the ball up the floor. Got it underneath on the left side to sister Katie, who lays it in. She's got 5. And the Eagles regain the lead, 18-17 with 3:40 left in the first. Lindstrom drives the lane against Bruno. Kicks it over to Radikova, who hits from the right baseline. She's got 5, and the Mustangs back on top, 19-18. Bruno open right side 3, doesn't shoot. Donald will out front, doesn't get the roll, and the rebound to Ficini. Radikova pushes it ahead to Reed in the corner, skips it out front to Ficini. She'll load it up from just inside the 3-point line. No, rebound to Bruno. Bruno cross midcourt, leaves it for Donald. Over to Katie Hughes on the near side. I think that was supposed to be a lob down to Mallory LaPoule, but it was way too tall, and it sails out of bounds. Here comes Chesney Campbell into the Golden Eagle lineup, in for Katie Hughes. Jane Nelson also in for Megan Hughes. So the Hughes sisters get a breather. Radikova will work against Campbell, who rolled an ankle in the shoot-around, last play of the shoot-around last week before the game with New Mexico. Radikova missed the drive. Eagles rebound. Here comes Donald pushing it up the floor to Bruno. Pump fake in the lane, underneath to LaPoule. Power dribble, and she'll lay it in. Mallory with her first points, and the Eagles regain the lead, 20-19. They break the pressure, do the Mustangs. Lindstrom, what an acrobatic move on the baseline. Somehow got the shot off and scored it. She's got 9, and it's 21-20 Mustangs. Nelson lobs it into LaPoule, kicks it over to Donald. Back to LaPoule. Bounces it inside to Donald, but it's stolen by Radikova. Somebody better stop the ball. And finally, Jane Nelson does, but she was inside the semicircle and will draw the personal foul, her first. Third team foul on the Golden Eagles, and it's going to put Anna Radikova to the line to shoot 2, and she's made the only free throw that the Mustangs have shot so far. As they lead it 21-20 on the season, Radikova is at 84%. She's 53 of 63, and she knocks down the first one. They might score more in this quarter than they did the entire night last night down in Salt Lake, when they only scored 29. Missed the second, though, and the rebound Nelson ahead to Donald. Trying to lob it into Campbell. Bad pass, easily intercepted by Rachel Brothers, a 6'1 sophomore from Park City, Utah. And Brothers is going to get called for an illegal pick. Her first personal. That's one of those points of emphasis that officials are looking for. She wasn't set. She kind of stepped into it. That's her first, and that's the 4th team foul. Bruno skips it over to Nelson. Deep 3. Boom! Goes the dynamite. Jane's first points of the night, and the Golden Eagles regain the lead at 23-22. We've got 1:30 remaining in the first quarter. Knocked away, stolen by Nelson, who comes up with it in the backcourt. It was a loose ball. She never really had control of it, and they're going to call her for a backcourt violation. She touched it, but she didn't have control. And you've got to have control before you can get that backcourt violation when it goes into the backcourt. which is exactly what Coach Rogers is arguing, and he's got a good point. Meanwhile, 3 by Lindstrom is no good. Campbell with a rebound. Over to Bruno. Crosses midcourt on the left side. Into the corner. Nelson feeds LaPoule on the block. Kicks it out to Donald. You got the posts in there, feeder. LaPoule at the free throw line backs it out and takes a 3 and gets it to go. Boom goes the dynamite for Mallory LaPoule. And the Eagles with their biggest lead now, 26-22 with 50 seconds left in the quarter. And for LaPoule, just her 4th triple of the year. Trying to answer with a 3 was Ficini, no. Eagles rebound. Donald over to Nelson. She'll load it up but travel. She was trying to get her feet set and took one extra step. As Tiana Afu checks back in. Here comes Nicole Hain into the game. Campbell is out, and let's see, Nelson is out, Megan Hughes is back in, and Bruno will check out. 38 seconds left in the quarter, Eagles by 4, 26-22. Lindstrom working against Hughes as she brings it across midcourt. Now Donald tried to double team her. They knock it away, but it's going to be out of bounds to Western Wyoming. Ficini will throw it in across the way. We'll get it into Elbogen near midcourt. Hands it off to Ficini. Free throw line. 15-footer. Doesn't get the roll, and the rebound's going to be off of the Mustangs. It'll be CSI ball. That might have been off of Tyra Carr, 6'2" freshman from South Jordan, Utah, who has checked in. Donald gets it across midcourt for the Eagles. Oh, that was a double dribble. That was a pass inside, not a very good one. And Western intercepts as the buzzer sounds, ending the first quarter with Southern Idaho leading it 26-22. Eight players scored for CSI in that quarter, led by Katie Hughes and Mallory LaPoule, each with 5. And for Western Wyoming, Nenna Lindstrom has 9. Anna Radenkova has 6, as 4 players scored for the Mustangs. Possession arrow pointing Western Wyoming's way, as we will start the second quarter. For the Eagles, Megan Hughes, Kamari Donald, Mallory LaPoule, Nicole Hain, and Tiana Afu on the floor. And you've got Ficini Brothers, Rachel Brothers, who checked in the lane with the ball, gets the turnaround 10-footer.
Rachel Brothers.
And it's 26-24 CSI with 9:40 remaining in the half. Donald with it. Is this a man-to-man? Kind of looks like a man-to-man this time for Western. Eagles having trouble recognizing it. Shot clock down to 12. Donald in the lane. Off to LaPoule. Step back 3 from the corner. Off the iron, no. Afu takes it away from Hughes. Was short on the shot, and the rebound to Radenkova. She's got Carr running the floor, but the pass is too far in front of her and sails out of bounds. Donald across midcourt. Afu over to Megan Hughes. She'll get to the baseline, put it off the glass, and score again. She's got 6 to lead CSI, and it's 28-24 Eagles. Inside 9 minutes left in the half, and they're going to call her for a reach-in foul at midcourt. Looked like she got the ball, and that's why she was had a little look of disgust
Checking in for the Golden Eagles.
as Sydney Clark checks in for the first time in a couple of weeks. And she was under concussion protocol last week. Kamari Donald takes a seat. Inbound to Kinsey Reed across the way. Nice jump out by Afu. Then she backs off her. Nobody stays with her. She takes the long three, missed it, and the Eagles can't get to the ball. But stepping out of bounds with it is Reed after she got the loose ball. Jamie Nielsen to check in for the Golden Eagles. In for
substitution number 4, Jamie Nielsen.
Nicole Hain. Clark across midcourt, over to Afu on the wing to Hughes. Down low on the block to Afu, too strong off the glass. LaPoule with the follow is going to be fouled, and she'll go to the line as the basket went in. And the foul is going to be on Radankova, her first, and that's the first team foul of the second quarter on the Mustangs. LaPoule now with 7. Missed the free throw though. 30-24. Brothers, left side of the lane, pull up 12-footer is good. Her second field goal. 30-26 with 8 minutes remaining till halftime. Nielsen lobs it underneath to LaPoule, who missed the shot but drew the foul, and that might be on Radankova again. It is. So 2 quick fouls on Radankova, arguably the best player on that Western ball club. Free throw on the way, front rimmed it by LaPoule. So she's 0 for 2 from the stripe tonight. One of 2 on that trip. She's got 8 points, and the Eagle lead is 5 at 31-26, inside 8 minutes remaining in the half. Radankova cross midcourt and a reach-in foul, I believe, on Sydney Clark. Nope, that's going to go on Megan Hughes again. Her second, and that's also the second team foul. Both of them have come on Hughes in this quarter. Reed in the corner, drops it off to Radankova, down low to Carr, working on LaPoule. Off the glass, she'll get the roll. I thought she walked first. And it's 31-28 as Nielsen loads up from 3. Missed it, rebound to Clark. Nielsen had LaPoule open, didn't see her. Lobs it inside to Afu. Missed it off the glass. Rebound, though, is going to be off of Brothers and out of bounds to CSI.
Checking in for the Lady Mustangs, number 24, Nenna Lindstrom.
Lindstrom is back along with Elbogen for Western, and Carr and Brothers will take seats. Clark to inbound for the Golden Eagles. Lobs it in to LaPoule in the lane, scores with the right hand. Mallory now with 10. And it's 33-28, Eagles by 5 with 7:10 left in the half. Radankova crosses midcourt. Gets to the glass and lays it in. I think they need to go to a zone, stop that dribble penetration. It's 33-30. Hughes on the baseline, trapped, gets it out front. LaPoule down into the corner. Nielsen loads up the 3. She can't connect tonight. Rebound to Facchini. They get it over to Lindstrom, trying to drive the baseline. Does to Reed, knocked away from her by Clark, who picks up the personal.
CSI personal foul, 32, Sydney Clark.
Her first third team foul of the quarter, and Katie Hughes will check back in for Mallory LaPoule. So you got both Hughes out there with Nielsen and Afu. And Clark. 3-pointer by Lindstrom's no good. Megan with the rebound. Ahead to Nielsen. Lobs it inside to Afu. Double team. Can't get the roll. Nielsen with the follow.
Jamie Nielsen.
Her first points of the night. Maybe that'll get her going. 35-30 with 6:15 remaining.
A bench decorum warning.
And a bench warning against Coach Rogers. He's letting the official who made the call, he's letting him hear it. Inbound to Lindstrom. Working against Afu. Hands it off to Fricchini. Into the corner, Reed. Skips it over to Lindstrom. She goes right by Afu, drops it off in the corner to Reed. 15-footers, no. Nielsen with the rebound, had it taken away by Reed. And she'll bank it in for two, and Coach Rogers wanted a foul. Actually, that was Fricchini that scored that. And on the other end, we do get a foul call.
Western Wyoming, personal foul on number 23.
It will go on Fricchini, her second, and the third team foul of the quarter. Bruno to check back into the Eagle lineup after this first free throw from Sydney Clark, who's at 73% on the year, 11 of 15. Off the iron, no good.
Golden Eagles substitution, number 44, Gabriella Bruno.
Clark missed them both. Rebound Radenkova. Elbogen gets it ahead to Fricchini. Lindstrom will take the three out front and can it.
Nenna Lindstrom for three.
She's got a dozen. And we're tied at 35 with 5:25 remaining here in the first half. Elbogen gets the rebound off a miss, ahead to Fricchini. In the lane, Radenkova running, gets the lay-in. Timeout CSI, 5:13 remaining in the half. Western has regained the lead 37-35.
CSI timeout is a 30-second timeout, which is now stretched into the media timeout.
Pretty good crowd on hand for this women's basketball game. A lot of youngsters in the audience. I wonder if there's some kind of a halftime show. But we've got 5:13 remaining in the half, and the Eagles lead 37-35. And again, Western Wyoming only scored 29 points the entire game against Salt Lake last night. Kayla McClure's back in. She brings it across midcourt. Afu on the right side. Back to McClure. Now to Bruno. McClure. Katie Hughes. Drives baseline, and that's a blocking foul going to be called on Lindstrom as she jumped in front.
Western Wyoming personal foul.
That is her second and the fourth team foul on the Mustangs, who lead it by 2. McClure to inbound. Having some trouble, and that's going to be a hold. Somebody was holding Bruno.
Western Wyoming personal fouls on number 23.
That's going to go against Fricchini, her third personal, 5th team foul. So that's going to put Bruno at the line to shoot 2. Gabriella has not scored tonight. She's at 56% on the year from the free throw line. And knocks down the first one. 37-36, Western Wyoming with a 1-point lead. Got them both. And we're tied again at 37. 4:50 remaining in the first half. Rodenkova across midcourt, then picks up the dribble, picked up that pivot foot too that they didn't see. Lindstrom loads up a three, rattles in and out, no. Afu clears it off to McClure. Late pass, and it's deflected by Elbogen, and then Nielsen can't corral it. It's out of bounds to Western Wyoming. Katie Hughes with an interception on the inbound. Pull up in the lane. That looked like a foul, but they'll say it was a block by Elbogen. And then McClure picks up a blocking foul.
CSI personal foul number 21, Kayla McClure.
Her first.
Fourth team foul.
Fourth team foul on the Golden Eagles. 4:29 remaining in the half, all tied up at 37. That Eagle press hasn't been very effective, especially because Radenkova can dribble it. In the lane, throws up the runner, can't score it. Rebound Nielsen. Eagles trying to run. Leaves it for McClure. Free throw line jumper is good. Kayla McClure. Second field goal, she's got 4. And the Eagles regain the lead at 39-37. 4 minutes remaining in the half. Rodenkova into the corner to Lindstrom. Drives the lane, throws up the scoop, scores, and she's fouled. I believe that's going to be on Nielsen. No, that's going to be on Afu.
CSI personal foul is on number 3, Tiana Afu.
It's also the 15th foul on the Golden Eagles.
For Western Wyoming's number 24, Nenna Lindstrom at the line.
So Lindstrom to the line for the and one. Trying to put the Mustangs back on top. Missed it, but Radenkova has a rebound, and then she's going to be tied up by Bruno. Possession arrow to CSI, and here comes Chesney Campbell back in for CSI, in for Tiana Afu. McClure across midcourt, hands it off to Bruno. Going to lob it down low. Katie Hughes is going to get a bump from Elbogen, who picks up her second personal. That'll put Katie Hughes to the line to shoot 2.
Second personal. At the line for CSI, number 12, Katie Hughes.
On the season, Katie is at 74%, 14 of 19. First one on the way, the high archer gets the roll. Back in for the Mustangs is Rachel Brothers, the 6'1" sophomore from Park City, Utah. Hughes, in and out. Campbell with a rebound, kicks it out to Bruno. Drives the baseline, pull up 8-footer, no. Campbell with another rebound. Out front to McClure, can't hit it. Katie Hughes with the rebound. And they're going to call her for a walk. So it's 40-39, CSI by 1 with 3:31 to play here in the first half. Lindstrom with it, goes baseline. Can't get it off the glass. It's kicked around. Lindstrom has it, drops it out to Reed. Right side 15-footer is good by Kenzie Reed. She's got 5, and it's 41-40. Western Wyoming back on top. Out front, Katie Hughes with it. Gets by Lindstrom in the lane, too strong off the glass. Gets the rebound, hands it off to Campbell. You got to shoot that. Bruno outside, missed it. You pass up a shot in the lane to kick it out for a long 3, which the Eagles haven't been hitting. That's just not smart basketball. With 2:52 remaining, a foul on the Golden Eagles is on Katie Hughes, her first. So shooting 2 is Anna Radenkova, who is 2 for 3 from the stripe tonight. She's the only Mustang to shoot any free throws. Has 10 points, make it 11 as she hits the first one.
Golden Eagles substitution, number 30, Mallory LaPoule.
Mallory LaPoule back in for the Golden Eagles, who trail by 2 now, 42-40. Radenkova gets them both. She's got a dozen. 43-40 Western with 2:45 remaining in the half. Nielsen on the right side against the man-to-man. Out front, LaPoule. Step back three. She's got another one. Boom goes the dynamite. LaPoule with 13. And we're tied again at 43 with 2.5 remaining. Radenkova off to Brothers, trying to lob it back to Radenkova, knocked away by Campbell, and LaPoule has it. Over to Nielsen for the right side lane. She's got 4. 45-43, CSI back on top as we approach 2 minutes remaining in the half. Faccini to Reed, over to Radenkova, 3-ball, it's off the iron, no, rebound tapped out, and McClure has it. Weaves her way through traffic, ahead to Nielsen, might have got away with a walk. Pull-up jumper from the left side, and the 15-footer is good, she's got 6. 47-43 with 1:45 left in the half. Golden Eagles with the lead. Radenkova over to Reed, to Faccini coming down the lane, missed it, rebound Nielsen. Off to McClure. Trying to skip it over. That's too late. And it's knocked out of bounds by Faccini, who was trailing the play. Eagles are dribbling it across midcourt, not passing it across midcourt, which is something that Coach Rogers has been trying to get them to do all year long. Meanwhile, Kamari Donald is back in for Kayla McClure. Jane Nelson is also back in for Katie Hughes. So it's Campbell, LaPoule, Donald, Nelson, and Nielsen. LaPoule out front, over to Donald. Shot clock is at 15. Donald drives the lane and traveled. Kind of hesitated. She was going to throw it to Nielsen, but Jamie cut to the basket, and so she picked up the dribble and dragged her feet. So the turnover gives it back to Western. Lindstrom will go right past Nielsen, who accidentally knocks her down. And Jamie picks up her first personal. That's going to put Lindstrom to the line to shoot 2.
Going to the line for Western Wyoming, number 24, Nenna Lindstrom for 2.
She missed earlier from the free throw line, chance at a 3-point play. But she hits the first one here. She's got 15 points. 47-44 CSI. 47-45 as Lindstrom gets them both. Minute 10 remaining in the half. Nielsen, right side 3. Boom goes the dynamite. So she hit some 2s, and maybe that got her rhythm back. It's 50-45. CSI by 5. Carr over to Lindstrom. Good jump out by Campbell, but Lindstrom got free because they didn't come back to her, and she nails the triple. Just not moving your feet. 50-48, CSI by 2. Nelson with 35 seconds left to Nielsen. In the lane to LaPoule, kicks it out to Donald. Over to LaPoule, shot clock at 8. Drives the right side lane, got sandwiched, and will go to the line to shoot 2. Carr and Faccini were there, and they'll give it to Carr, her first. So LaPoule goes to the line where she is just 1 of 3 tonight, with 22 seconds left in the half, and the Eagles leading 50-48. Mallory hits the first one. She's got 14 points now. Missed the second, the rebound to Carr for Western. 51-48, they can hold for the final shot. Faccini down the right side of the lane, a little scoop high off the glass. No, Donald with the rebound with 8. Down into the corner to Nielsen. Pull up 12-footer is good.
Nielsen.
She's got 11 now, all in this quarter as the buzzer sounds, ending the first half of an unanticipated tight ball game as the Golden Eagles lead it by 5 here at the break, 53-48. We'll have some stats coming up here in just a bit, so stay with us. You're watching Golden Eagle basketball on the World Wide Web on KSL.com. Individual scoring. First off, for Western Wyoming, Tyra Carr has a field goal for 2. Rachel Brothers, a couple of field goals for 4. Kenzie Reed, a 3 and a 2 for 5. Francesca Faccini with 3 field goals for 6 points. Nenna Lindstrom has 3 threes, 4 twos, and 2 of 3 from the free throw line for a game-high 19 points. Anna Radnikova, 4 field goals and 4 or 5 from the free throw line for 12. For the Golden Eagles, Tiana Afu, just 3 points here in the first half. Jamie Nielsen with 11, all in the second quarter. Megan Hughes with 6 points. Katie Hughes also with 6 points. Kayla McClure, a couple of field goals for 4. Jane Nelson with a triple for 3. Mallory LaPoule, 2 threes, 3 twos, and 2 of 5 from the free throw line for a team high 14 points. Kamari Donald, a field goal for 2. Sydney Clark, 2 for 2 from the free throw line for 2 points. And that rounds out the scoring for Southern Idaho. For Western Wyoming, the Mustangs were 19 of 37 from the floor in that first half for 51%. 50% in the first quarter, 53% in the second quarter, 10 of 19. 4 of 13 from the behind the three-point line for the ball game for 31%. And 6 of 8, 75% from the free throw line. Golden Eagles 21 of 42 from the floor for an even 50%. They shot 58%, 11 of 19 in the first quarter. 5 of 16 behind the three-point line for 31%. Just 2 of 7, 29% in that second quarter. And just 6 of 13, 46% from the free throw line. 5 of 11, 46% in that second quarter. Eagles are winning the rebounding battle rather handily, 31-14 as they should, with 14 on the offensive glass to 3 for Western Wyoming. Individual leading rebounders for the Mustangs, Faccini and Radnikova, each with 3. And for the Golden Eagles, Afu and Nielsen, each with 6. Western Wyoming with 8 assists, 7 turnovers, 2 block shots, and 3 steals. Golden Eagles with 14 assists, 11 turnovers. 11 turnovers. Coach Rogers can't be happy with that. And 4 steals. Points in the paint, slight edge to CSI, 22-20. They're dead even off turnovers at 9 apiece. Second chance points favoring the Golden Eagles 11-2. Fast break points also favoring CSI 6-2. And bench scoring favoring the Golden Eagles 27-6. And I gave you the individual point totals already, so we're all set there. It'll be about 10 minutes before the second half gets underway. Love to find out where you are watching this webcast from. There's two ways you can let us know. One of them would be if you're on Twitter to tweet to @MV Sports Talk. That's @M as in Magic, V as in Valley, Sports Talk. And again, let us know where you're at and who you're rooting for and anything else you'd like to shout out. And the other way is you can text to area code 208-308-5307. And again, we're trying to find out where people are watching this webcast at. And if you have any other questions or anything, I will try to get to them. Mainly at timeouts, I'll try and check. It's kind of hard doing the game while the action is live to try and read everything. But we'll make an attempt. So I'm checking Twitter now to see if... no, nothing on this game. And no texts. So anyway, tweet to @MV Sports Talk or text to area code 208-308-5307 and let us know where you're at, where you're watching this broadcast, and anything else you want to pass along. 9 minutes before the second half will start. Both teams finishing their warm-ups here as we get ready to start the second half. Golden Eagles with a 5-point lead, 53-48. It's going to be Western Wyoming ball to start the second half. I was watching CSI warm up. As I watched them in the first half, they weren't making very many shots as they were warming up. And in the warm-ups here prior to the start of the second half, they were knocking down their threes. And they weren't hitting the rim with it either. In particular, Mallory LaPoule was drawing net on everything behind the arc. And she had 2 threes in the first half to lead the Golden Eagles in that department. In fact, she was 2 of 3 behind the arc. She was the only one to hit more than 1. It'll be Afu, Hughes, Nielsen, McClure, and Stibbe, the 5 that started on the floor for CSI. And for the Mustangs, Lindstrom, Pacini, Radenkova, and Elbogen, the 5 that started, as Radenkova had it poked away by Hughes, who comes up with it for the Golden Eagles. McClure will bring it across midcourt. Afu down in the corner. Nielsen 3, no. And the rebound is controlled by Western Wyoming. Radenkova in the lane, weaves through traffic, missed it. Might have been over the back, no call. And Afu has it for the Eagles, off to McClure. Now to Hughes, trying to get to the baseline, cut off there, dropped it off to McClure. Trying to get it into Afu, and Elbogen anticipated that perfectly. Beats the defense down the floor, but she's going to be blocked out of bounds. Hughes and Stibbe were both there. I don't know who they'll give that to. You could make a case for either one or both. Lindstrom drives, kicks it out front. Facchini, in the lane, missed it. Rebound to Hughes. Got McClure running. Feeds her on the baseline, kicks it out to Nielsen. 3-ball, boom! Goes the dynamite. She's got 14 now, and the Eagle lead is 8 at 56-48. That's their biggest lead, as Afu knocks it away. It'll stay Western Wyoming ball. Just underway here in the second half. The Eagles have drawn first blood. Radenkova gets it across midcourt. Knocked away by Hughes into the backcourt, where it's tracked down by Elbogen. Back to Radenkova. Trying to drive the lane, gets to the glass and gets the lay-in. She's got 14 now. 56-50, Hughes into the corner. Nielsen for 3, off the iron that time. And it's going to be out of bounds. They'll say last touch. No, he pointed the wrong way. He called red, but pointed the other way. It's off of Hughes, so it's Western Wyoming ball. And when you got a tall girl that can dribble, which Western has, that breaks any kind of pressure easily. Because Stibbe can't defend that far out. Into the corner to Reed, trying to penetrate right side of the lane, gets the 12-footer. Kinsey Reed with 7. And it's 56-52, back to a 4-point game. It's a 2-3 zone they open with here in the second half, third quarter. Hughes with it. To Nielsen in the corner, drives baseline, throws up the runner, can't get the roll. Afu with a rebound, lays it in. T's first points of the second half, 58-52. She was just 1 of 5 from the floor in the first half. And a lot of those were right under the basket. Lindstrom having trouble with Nielsen in the lane, collides with Stibbe, and Taylor's going to pick up the personal foul. Her second personal and the first team foul of the second half on either team. McClure will check out as Kamari Donald is in for CSI. Elbogen to inbound on the baseline for the Mustangs. Lindstrom, 3-ball, off the glass, no. Long rebound, finally controlled by Afu, off to Donald. She dribbles it instead of passing it. But she does get it across quickly. Hughes over to Afu. That's a long 2, and she'll get it. It's not a 3, it's a 2. She's got 7 now, and it's 60-52 with 7 minutes left in the third. Radenkova gets it over to Elbogen, who will get it across midcourt. Bounces it down to Reed. Eagles are in a zone, I think. Out front, Ficini open, missed it wide right off the glass. Afu clears it off to Donald. Ahead to Hughes. Goes right by Elbogen to the baseline, and she'll bank it in. She's got 8. And it's 62-52, their first double-digit lead. Back the other way, Ficini missed it, was short, and Hughes running back the other way with it. Megan drops it out to Donald. Slows it down. Now cross court to McClure, who lost her footing. And we got 3 seconds on CSI.
Goes to Western Wyoming. CSI substitution number 30, Mallory.
Those passes have to come quicker than that. When you're trying to speed up the game, you can't stand there and hold it. Ficini will inbound, thought about going baseball pass. Instead, tried to throw it to Elbogen, who went the other way, and it's out of bounds into the student body section. Eagles get it back with 6:16 left in the third, leading 62-52. Donald the inbound on the baseline, gets it into Hughes. Back to Donald. Over to Hughes. To the baseline, throws up the runner. Off the glass, no. Afu follows, no. Lepoule will tie up Lindstrom, and the possession arrow to CSI. 6:04 left in the third. Eagles by 10, 62-52. What's the delay? Oh. Elbogen was going to throw it in, but it's CSI ball. So Afu will do the honors out front to Donald. Lobs to the free throw line to Afu, fouled from behind by Radenkova, and that's 3 on her. First team foul of the second half on the Mustangs, and Radenkova will take a seat as Brothers is in for her. Rachel Brothers, 6'1" sophomore from Park City, Utah. Afu out front to Donald. Lobs it back to Afu. Tried to get into the corner. I thought that was deflected, but it's not. Into the Golden Eagle bench. And the ball goes over to Western Wyoming. Ficini working against Hughes. Gets it across midcourt. Now over to Elbogen. Down low, Ficini kicks it out to Lindstrom. Baseline jumper, might have been deflected by Nielsen. Lepoule ahead to Donald. Kamari with a nice fake. Goes to the right, fake left, went right. And she scores her second field goal. I'm not sure if that's the Euro step or not. 5:20 left in the quarter. Eagles up 64-52. Reed, pass intercepted by Afu. Hughes ahead to Nielsen, run on the floor, scores it before Brothers can get there. She's got 16. 66-52, timeout Western Wyoming. 5 minutes and 3 seconds remaining in the third. This will be a 60-second timeout. To follow here at 7:30 against another Wyoming school, Laramie County, out of Cheyenne, Wyoming, other end of the state. Western Wyoming and Rock Springs and Laramie County and Cheyenne. Yeah, they're only like 400 miles apart. Yeah, Wyoming's a bit of a big state. So it's Mustang ball down by 14, just over 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Ficini will get it across midcourt after she went behind the back. Tried to get it to Lindstrom, and Megan Hughes is there to pick it off. Drives the length of the floor, off the glass, no. Tipped around, Nielsen has it. Drops it over to LaPoule for the right side lane. Mallory LaPoule with 16, her first points of the second half. 68-52, Eagles starting to pull away now. Reed loads up a three from the left side and knocks it down. Kinsey Reed's second triple, she's got 10 points. Just when the Eagles start to pull away, they knock down a three. She's only 5'5" from Farson, Wyoming. Nielsen in the lane on the left side will score. She's got 18 now, and Elbogen stepped across the line, and here's the media timeout. 4 minutes and 11 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Golden Eagles by 15, 70-55. Golden Eagle basketball with a 15-point lead. Donald, both Hughes, Nielsen, and LaPoule on the floor for the Eagles. Elbogen, brothers, Ficini, Reed, and Lindstrom for the Mustangs. Into Katie Hughes. They leave her alone. She'll take the three, and boom, goes the dynamite. Katie's second triple of the night. She's got 9. 73-55 with 4 minutes remaining in the third. It's a 5-point game at half. Lindstrom driving the left side in the lane is going to run into Katie Hughes, who gets called for the personal foul.
CSI personal foul on number 12, Katie Hughes.
Her second, and that's the second team foul also. It's going to put Lindstrom at the game to shoot 2, though. She had 19 at the break, but has not scored here in the third quarter. So, chance to fill in a circle, and she does. Carr is back in. Ficini will go take a seat. 72-56. Oh, so they'll say that was a 2, not a 3. Lindstrom gets them both. 72-57. Mallory LaPoule scores inside for the Eagles. She's got 18. 74-57, 3:35 left in the third. Reed long three. Now Carr took it away from Nielsen and lays it in. Her second field goal. She got 4. 74-59 as we approach 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Kamari Donald dribbling out front over to Hughes. In the lane to LaPoule. Strong move to the bucket, and she'll score again. Got 20 now, 6 in this quarter. 76-59 with 3:05 left in the third. Reed hands it off to Elbogen over to Lindstrom. Got away with a walk in the lane. Looked like she was going to be tied up by Nielsen, but they're going to call Jamie with the personal.
CSI personal foul on
her second, that's the third team foul.
Going to the line for Western Wyoming.
And they're going to say she was in the act of shooting, apparently, because Lindstrom's back at the free throw line. And she knocks down the first one.
Number 23, Francesca Faccini. Golden Eagles substitutions, number 10, Megan Hughes. And number 32, Sydney Clark.
Just inside 3 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Lindstrom makes it a 15-point game, 76-61. Donald across midcourt against the tooth. No, it's man-to-man. LaPoule down into the corner to Sydney Clark, who's in. Free throw line jumper, short. LaPoule with the rebound, fouled by Carr.
Western Wyoming, personal foul on number 1, Tyra Carr.
Her second personal, just the second team foul on the Mustangs. So no free throws, but a fresh 30 for the Golden Eagles. 2:45 left in the quarter, and the Eagles up 76-61. Donald to inbound. Lobs it out front, right side. LaPoule, 3-ball, banks it in. I'm not sure I can give a boom on that one. She's got 9.5, 23 for the game, and it's 79-61 with 2:30 remaining in the quarter. LaPoule rebounds the miss, off to Donald. Ahead up the right side to Clark, and she's going to be fouled by Brothers, who picks up her second personal. That's the third team foul on the Mustangs in this quarter. Here comes Jean Nelson back into the Golden Eagle lineup in for Megan Hughes. Tiana Afu also back in for Kamari Donald. Nelson to inbound to Clark. Over to Hughes. In the lane, LaPoule. Power move to the right side. She'll get the bucket. Hits the deck off the bump from Carr, who picks up her third. Count the basket.
Western Wyoming, personal foul on
LaPoule now with 11 in the quarter. She's got 25 for the game. Chance for the and one. She can convert the free throw. And there's your first 20-point lead of the night as the Eagles lead 81-61. So Carr will check out, and in for the Mustangs, number 22, that's Brittany Assay, 5'10" freshman from Manila, Utah. I wonder if they're the Manila Gorillas. As LaPoule makes the free throw, so she's got 12 in the quarter, 26 for the game. It's 82-61 as we approach 2 minutes left in the third. Elbogen might have got away with a walk. Throws it up too strong. Rebound Brothers. Front rimmed it. Katie Hughes the follow. Had it knocked away, but Clark has it. She's fouled once, twice by Elbogen. They catch her the second time. For Elbogen, her third personal. And the 15 foul. So this will be 2 free throws for Jane Nelson. Or no, Sydney Clark. Sydney Clark.
Sydney Clark for 2.
Hit both her free throws in the first half and misses this one.
Western Wyoming substitute.
Chesney Campbell back in for Mallory LaPoule, and Reed is back in for Elbogen for the Mustangs. Clark's free throw gets the roll. 1 of 2 for Sydney. She's got 3 points, and it's 83-61 with 1:50 left in the third. Steal by Campbell. Has 3 teammates running the floor. She'll feed Afu for the right side lane. T now with 9. 85-61. Campbell with another steal. Nelson has it. Bad pass. Way behind Katie Hughes. And Brothers came up with it to Reed. Feeding Faccini running down the lane. Missed it. And the rebound, it looked like that was off of Assay, but they'll say no, it's off the Golden Eagles. So it stays Western Wyoming ball with 1:26 remaining in the third, and the Eagles up 85-61. into Ficini over Katie Hughes from the right side of the lane, scores on the 12-footer. That's her first points of the second half. 85-63. Nelson, left corner three, off the iron, no. Afu saves the rebound to Nelson, out to Clark. Clark, 17-footer, missed badly. You could say that was a pass to Afu, and she's going to be tied up by Lindstrom. That's the problem when you're taller and you take it down to the floor. It allows those little guys. And Lindstrom's only 5'4", but that gave her the opportunity to reach in and tie her up. So Mustang ball on the possession arrow. Lindstrom drives it all the way down to the baseline and then has her pass knocked away by Campbell. It'll stay Western ball. And here comes Jamie Nielsen back in for Katie Hughes. 56 seconds left in the third. Southern Idaho by 22, 85-63. Reed gets it into Lindstrom. Sees an opening, tacks the basket, too strong off the glass. Afu with a rebound, fouled from behind by Lindstrom, and they didn't call it. She just reached around there and grabbed her arm. I saw it. I don't know how the guy on this side missed it. He must not have been looking that way. That was a pretty obvious foul, though. But the Eagles get it on a turnover with a 22-point lead and 35 seconds left in the quarter. Clark hands it off to Nielsen. Backdoor, Afu gets the land. And tees in the double figures with 11. 87-63, 20 seconds left in the quarter. Ficini hands it off to Lindstrom. Loads up a deep three and knocks it down. Her first field goal of the second half, though. 87-66 as the buzzer sounds before Campbell can get the shot off. Eagles, though, by 21, 87-66.
Western Wyoming 66. Sports fans, you know that we have VIPs in the house each and every night here at CSI. CSI Women's Basketball Program is pleased to have a recruit from Calgary, Alberta, Canada on campus with us for a recruiting trip this weekend. Please help her feel welcome and give a warm welcome to Binky Walker here at the College of Southern Idaho. I'm not sure where she is sitting, but Binky, welcome to the College of Southern Idaho. Just been told she is on the bench with the Golden Eagles. And news out this afternoon after visiting and working out with the team, Binky has decided to commit to CSI Women's Basketball. Please welcome your latest Golden Eagle who will play for us next fall. Congratulations to Binky Walker. Welcome to CSI.
Golden Eagles outscored the Mustangs 35 to 18 in that quarter. Oh, apparently the quarter wasn't over, as they called a foul. Huh. So Campbell came out and shot 2 free throws and made them. That was strange. I didn't hear the whistle, and they didn't announce who the foul was on. So we don't know that. At any rate, it's now 89-66 after 3. So the Golden Eagles outscored them 37 to 18 in that quarter. Free throw shooting got a little better for the Eagles. They were 4 or 5 in that quarter, so now they're 10 of 18 for the game. And Western is 10 of 12 from the line. 89-66, and it's Southern Idaho ball. Clark with it. Over to Brooke Haney, who's in. Back to Clark. Drives the lane. It suddenly opened up, and she'll get the easy lay-in. First field goal of the night for Sydney, and it's 91-66. We've played 20 seconds here in the fourth quarter. Radikova back in, off to Reed. To Ficini, Reed, Ficini again, into the corner, Brothers, working against Haney, goes baseline, reverse lay-in is good. Got to move your feet, Brooke.
Rachel Brothers.
And it's 91-68. Back the other way comes Sydney Clark down the lane, and she'll get a bump from Haney.
Wyoming personal foul on number 20.
Well, not Haney, Reed. Kinsey Reed, my bad. Her first team foul. So Clark with back-to-back buckets. Chance for the and one. She's 3 of 4 from the stripe. Bounces a couple of times off the heel of the rim and drops through. She's got all 5 points of the quarter, and the Eagles are up 94-68 with 9:05 to play. Ficini trying to get in the lane, cut off, down low to Radikova. That's Brothers. Kicks it out to Radikova, over to Elbogen. Poked away by Nelson, and a timeout called by Western Wyoming with 8:54 remaining in the game, and the Eagles up 94-68.
Timeout.
Just inside 9 minutes remaining in the ball game. Golden Eagles in control, leading by 26, 94-68. Western ball. Brothers gets the inbounds. Back to Ficini. Trying to go baseline on Haney and blows right by her. But a blocking foul going to be called on Campbell, who swatted the shot out of bounds. For Campbell, her first personal. And it's the third team foul.
At the line for Western Wyoming. Number 23, Francesca Ficini.
Actually, it's the first team foul. I forgot to cross out the earlier fouls. And Ficini gets 1 of 2. Rebound to Haney. Off to Clark. Megan Hughes back in, down on the baseline, LaPoole. Free throw line, Campbell missed it wide right, got her own rebound, too strong off the glass, and Ficini clears it for the Mustangs. Pushes it up the right side. Now let's traffic clear. Reed, open 3 ball, didn't have any rotation on it. Rebound, Brothers. It rolls around and drops through. She's got 8, 4 in this quarter. 94-71 underneath. LaPoole got free for the easy bank from 2 feet away. First points of the quarter. She's got 28 now, 14 in each half. 96-71. Brothers with it for Ficini. Reed now down to LaPoole, or to Elbogen. The ball was kicked by Hughes. as Gabby Bruno will check in for Brooke Haney for the Golden Eagles. If you want more time, Brooke, you got to move those feet on defense. Elbogen off to Brothers, back to Elbogen, 3-ball. Woo, that missed badly, hit the side of the backboard, but it came back to her. Reed, pass intercepted by LaPoule, and then that's a jump in there by Radenkova, who picks up her 4th personal.
Personal foul is on number 40, Anna Radenkova. 4th personal.
That's the second team foul of the quarter, with 7:35 to play, and the Eagles in control, leading 96-71. Kayla McClure is back in. Sydney Clark will go sit. Megan Hughes inbounds to McClure. Right side, Bruno, 3-ball, off the bench, off the iron, no. Rebound somehow found its way to LaPoule, who missed, and finally Brothers clears it for the Mustangs. Faccini across midcourt. Over to Elbogen, working against Hughes. Now to Radenkova, goes baseline, and they're going to call her for an offensive foul. Good defense there by Chesney Campbell, the key. She was moving her feet. And for Radenkova, fouls her out of the game. That's a tough one to foul out on, though. So she fouls out with 7:04 remaining in the game. Campbell in the lane to Hughes, missed it. LaPoule with a rebound, double team, hits the deck, no foul called. Okay. Back the other way comes Faccini. Lindstrom, she doesn't need much room, but she missed it. Elbogen with the rebound, throws it up. Doesn't hit anything but the bottom of the net. And that's her first points. 96-73 as McClure tried to hit Hughes on a backdoor cut. And it's out of bounds to Western Wyoming. Okay, Radenkova had 5 two-pointers. She was 4 of 5 from the free throw line for 14 points. Elbogen across midcourt. Lindstrom, shot clock at 15, working against Campbell. Deep 3, doesn't get the roll. Tapped around, LaPoule has the rebound, had it knocked away by Reed, who picks up the personal. No, they're going to give the foul on LaPoule. What's he calling? He didn't call a foul. I think he called a walk. And you could hear Coach Rogers say, no, she didn't have control, and she didn't. Campbell knocks away the inbound pass. Yeah, some of these calls tonight have been a little suspect. But, hey, it's the holidays. Everybody wants to get to the holidays. Reed will inbound, get it back, launch a 3 from the corner, nail it. Kinsey Reed with her 3rd triple of the night. Makes it 96-76. They're back within 20. Bruno drives the lane, dropped it off to LaPoule, who fumbled it, and then it'll be a held ball. Possession arrow to Western Wyoming.
Held ball. Possession belongs to Western Wyoming.
Kind of a sloppy game for CSI tonight. Going to be interesting to see what the turnover number is. They had 11 at the half. They had more than Western did, which that coach isn't, I'm sure, was not happy with. Elbogen working against Afu, dribbled it off her knee, but got it across midcourt. In the lane, she tried to do it again, threw up an air ball. Afu had it, gets knocked to the floor, and Reed scoops up the loose ball and scores. She's got 15. And it's 96-78. Afu from the left, long shot, no. Bruno was being held by Faccini, could only get one arm on it. But they're going to say it's out of bounds off of Faccini, and it will belong to CSI. So McClure will inbound for the Eagles. Gets it into LaPoule. Hughes. forced it into LaPoole, who was fouled from behind by Tyra Carr, and that's the fourth on her.
That's her fourth team foul.
Just the fourth team foul, so no free throws, but the next one will be with 5:17 to play, and the Eagles by 18, 96-78. Out front, LaPoole. Hands it off to McClure, drops it back to Bruno. Fires a pass inside to Afu, who can't handle it, and Western Wyoming comes up with it. Get it across midcourt, Reed has it. Over to Elbogen, she drives the lane, missed it, rebound McClure. McClure stops in the backcourt, finally finds Hughes. Drives the baseline, throws up the runner, and gets the roll. She's in the double figures with 10. 98-78, the lead back to 20 with 4:35 to play. And that should do it. What do we got? Is it a shot clock problem? Still no signal as to what's going on. Oh, they're going to call Mallory LaPoole for a technical foul.
Foul has been called on CSI's number 30, Mallory LaPoole. That's her first personal.
It's her first personal, and it's going to put Lindstrom at the line to shoot two. So I'm not sure what that's all about. Now, why couldn't Katie Hughes check in after that first free throw?
Checking in for CSI.
They have to wait till the second free throw before she can come in, and it's LaPoole who will sit. So Lindstrom, a perfect 6 of 6 from the line here in the second half, has 9 points in the half, 28 for the game. That ties her for game high honors with LaPoole. Ficini and Bruno, little bumping going on at midcourt. Ficini gets the inbound pass and brings it across midcourt. Hands it off to Elbogen, over to Lindstrom. Deep three. Oh, knocks it down. She's got 31 now. And it's 98-83. Eagles miss on the other end. Carr with a rebound. Off to Lindstrom. There's still 4 minutes left. There's still time. Lindstrom weaves her way through the Eagle defense but missed the shot. And Bruno catches the flat foot rebound, but her outlet pass is behind Megan Hughes, who can't come up with it. Another CSI turnover. And Coach Rogers wants to talk about it. 3:54 remaining in the ball game. The Eagles up 98-83.
Sportsman's Hilex Poly, a Noble-X brand, makes billions of plastic bags a year using innovative technology. 35% of each bag is made from recycled materials. Just another way that our tournament sponsor, Hilex Poly, is giving back.
Ficini off the inbound, gets it across midcourt. Drops it back to Elbogen. Over to Lindstrom. Quick three ball off the heel of the rim, no good. Bruno with a rebound. Off to McClure. She slows it down as she gets it across midcourt. Over to Afu on the wing to Bruno. Katie Hughes, she'll take the three out front. Off the iron, no. Megan kept it alive, but Lindstrom has it. Lindstrom drives the lane. Over to Reed, 15-footer from the right side is good. And it's 98-85, just over 3 minutes to play. Bruno working against Elbogen. In the lane, back to Afu, and T will lay it in. She's got 13 10 in the second half, and it's 100-85 with 2:50 to play. Elbogen down on the baseline. Reed is free. Missed that one. Afu tips it to Katie Hughes. She got grabbed, no call. Come on, guys. McClure in the lane will score on the other end. 102-85. I mean, when it's an obvious grab like that and there's 3 officials out there and nobody blows their whistle, that's just bad officiating, and I hate to say that, but it is.
Golden Eagle substitution is number 31, Kamari Donald.
Game's not over. 2:21 to play. Eagles get the ball back on a turnover. Kamari Donald's back in for Kayla McClure. Over to Hughes, now to Megan. Bruno, Afu, Donald as they work it around the perimeter. Megan Hughes to Katie. To Bruno. Shot clock at 10. Bruno drives baseline. Bumped on the way by Elbogen. No call. And Afu with a deep 2 knocks it down. 104-85 with 1:50 to play. Elbogen. Free throw line. Over to Lindstrom. Out front. Faccini for 3.
Francesca Faccini.
And we got a substitution timeout by Coach Rogers.
CSI substitution timeout.
Bailey Hawkins is in along with Nicole Hain.
14, Nicole Suarez.
Of course, we talked to her last week about, and you heard that. She was player of the game on Friday last week, 5 for 5 from 3. She prefers to be called Nicole Hain, not Suarez. Underneath, Katie Hughes will get it off the glass. No, and a foul on Elbogen, and I don't know why she's complaining. Maybe because they called the bump on her that time, when they've been letting a lot of other stuff go. So Katie Hughes will go to the line to shoot 2. Minute 17 to play, and it looks like the Eagles are going to hang on and win this game, as Hughes hits the first one. And she's into double figures with 10. 105-88. First time all year I felt like the Eagles have played down to the competition.
Golden Eagles substitution number 54, Taylor Stiddy.
Gets them both, and it's 106-88. Faccini trying to get in the lane. Over to Reed, back to Elbogen. Over to Reed. In the lane, throws up the runner, doesn't get the roll. It's loose, picked up by Reed. Took it away from Stibbe. Almost wedged it. And the rebound to Donald. Kamari pushes it up the floor. Over to Megan Hughes, left side off the glass for 2. She's got a dozen. 108-88 with 42 seconds to play. Faccini over to Lindstrom as Hughes couldn't get the steal. She gets the long rebound, though, off the miss by Lindstrom. Over to Donald. Kamari will load up a 3. Off the iron, no. But Hawkins has the rebound. Out to Hain. Over to Donald. Hawkins. Hain on the near side. Hughes. Stibbe. Donald. Out front. In the lane to Stibbe. Kicks it out to Megan Hughes. Drives baseline. Hit the bottom of the backboard. Rebound Western as the buzzer sounds, ending the ball game